I'm just going to do a little video on some items I bought from MAC a few weeks ago, and I thought they were worth mentioning because I'm really enjoying using them. Two of the most recent purchases are one, the Greasepaint stick in Dirty, and a Pearl Glide Intense Eyeliner in Blackline. I will be doing swatches on my blog so you can probably see the colours, but these two are definitely probably my favourites out of the new collection, which I cannot remember the name of because I didn't really care about it. I just walked in for something else and then fell in love with these, as you do in MAC. And this Greasepaint stick is really cool. It's like a thick automatic pen looking thing, and it has a sharpener underneath, I think. Yeah, so you can sharpen it, which is really cool. And Greasepaint sticks I've never bought before, but I really like this one after seeing Belle de Jour NYC's video. If you don't know who she is, subscribe to her. She's really, really cool. And she showed how to use it and showed me a swatch, and I loved it. And basically it's just a beautiful brown, kind of a metallic-y sort of color, and it's really, really pretty just to smudge underneath your eyes or as an all over lid or as a base. I love using this as a base and then putting satin taupe underneath it. That really makes satin taupe's sort of purple, like sort of dusky purple that it has underneath really show. And so maybe I'll do a look with that because I did it yesterday and I fell in love with it and I got some really great compliments. So yeah, and I really like this. The only downside to this Greasepaint stick, which I think is a problem with all, is that if you want to use it all over your eyelid, you have to be quick, and I would suggest doing one eye at a time and using your fingers so that it's warmer to warm the product up and move it around, because it will set very, very quickly, and so it'll be very hard to move around. But I've just really liked using it as a very kind of a thick outer corner eyeliner and just putting it underneath and smudging it at the bottom very thinly. It just ties in the look, especially if you're doing a neutral eye like I have today. It just gives you that natural corner sort of depth, and yeah, it just looks really, really nice. I really like it. And then this one is called Blackline, and I fell in love with this as soon as I saw it by Ali Cosmetics, I think her name is. My goodness, I know she has some X's in there, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, I think. And you all know who she is, I know you do. But yeah, she had this one and it was called Blackline, and I love it. It's a black eyeliner, but you can hardly see the black because on top of it is tiny sort of like gold shimmers, and then it has a sort of a olivey green look, metallicness to it. You can tell that this one's more brown and this one has that green sort of look to it. But it is really, really gorgeous, especially if you're like me and you sometimes wear black eyeliner, but it can look kind of stark if you don't smudge it out. Or you just want a sort of a daytime look, but you can't stray away from your black eyeliner, but you're trying to be different and you want it to be a bit softer. This is a really good one to use, or a less pigmented black eyeliner. But I really like this one because it gives you just that very slight hint of metallicness to it, a little bit of shimmer, and it's one that, like this one and this one, are just so good to keep in your bag. So say if you're doing a neutral eye for work or for school and then you don't have time to go back home and you want to go out, or you have to go straight out, you can just put these like at the bottom or on the top easily, and you've totally transformed your eye look to a night look. So I would definitely recommend these. These are really great. And then I went to MAC to look for an eyeshadow that would match my eyelid colour, just to give a really natural look, but look like something's there at the same time, because things like Shroom and Brulee that I have are far too light for me. So although they look really good, that's not my real natural eyelid colour. But there was no eyeshadow that really matched it. So I was suggested this Naked Pigment, and I really like it. I have it on today. That's just all I have on my eyelid. And it has a really nice shimmer to it, but it's not too shimmery when it's on the lid. But yeah, it's really good. It's still not my eyelid, so it still brightens up my eye area, but that's kind of good, you know? It works in my favour, so I like it. But the only problem is the way it's packaged. It's kind of a little bit of a hassle, taking the lid off, then taking this little plastic flap, and then using the brush to do that. It's kind of like an inconvenience, but it's kind of worth it. So if you haven't bought a pigment, I would suggest this one as a first one, as a starter one. I really like it. And then I bought just a natural, MSF Natural in medium dark. I like those actually. I prefer that to my Vita Lumiere Eclat Powder Compact. It's just a better one to set my foundation with, and it's one that if you get a good kabuki brush, it's really, really good to buff in your skin and use that as like a kind of a mineral foundation. It works really well. And then here are just my eyeshadow palettes. I actually took off the divider so I could fit more eyeshadows in there. And I just bought 2 eyeshadows. This one's called Phloof. I don't know what the finish is, but it's basically like a pearly, very slight hint of a sandy champagne color underneath. This is supposed to be a very good highlighter, I've heard. I really like it. It's really beautiful, really satiny smooth, and yeah, it's really good. I have like shroom and stuff like that, but I don't like it as much, and maybe because I've used it for so long that I've just got kind of bored. See, this is much lighter, and I don't know, I'm kind of bored with it, but they're very, very similar. This one's shroom, but yeah, I kind of like the fact that Phloof has a little bit more of a kind of a silvery grey underneath, and that works to my favor very nicely because I'm really into those sort of colors at the moment. And then finally I bought Era, and this looks quite similar to Phloof, but it's more of a brownie and a little bit more matte version. So that's right here, that's Era, and I really like this one. This one will be good as an all over lid color too, and it's more of a matte sort of sheen to it, which I like. It doesn't really have shimmer to it, but it's really beautiful, and it's very hard to see on camera, but it's right there. And I've used that actually as a very natural crease color, and so if you see the sort of deepness here, or the separation between my eyelid color and my highlight color, that bit right there is Era, and it looks really, really good. Very, very natural. Hardly looks like I made that. It kind of looks like it was naturally there. And yeah, I think I've got some good looks coming up with those colors, and they work really well with my Stila Topaz Eye Kajal that everybody loves and that I love so much. I've got that on my waterline too today, and yeah, it's just a really fresh, bright-eyed look for the spring summer. So I hope you enjoyed that, and also I want to say what's on my nails because I'm absolutely loving this color. I even have it on my toes. It is on camera quite orange, but I promise you that it's actually more of a bright, kind of a coral pink. It's very pink actually, and it's neon and it's gorgeous, and it really makes you look like you're tanned, even if you haven't gone out to tan or you've just been in the sun a little bit. This really brings out the color, so I feel like I look very tanned in natural daylight in real life with this nail polish on, and it's by the brand Color Club. I bought mine from Bed Bath & Beyond, so save up those coupons, those 20% off, and get these colors. I've got 2 other colors that I might show you later on, which I'm totally in love with. I haven't used them, but they look gorgeous. And this color is called Youthquake, and it is so, so fun. It's really, really gorgeous. In the day, it looks very pink. Towards the afternoon, it can look quite orange like it does right now, and then at nighttime I completely glow. So you can never lose me. So it's really beautiful. I love this color so much, and I love like typing with my BlackBerry and seeing that neon nails. It just really ties in my look. No matter what you're wearing, it just kind of matches everything and gives a really great pop of color, especially since I've been so used to wearing the neutrals on the lid. Having like a bright lipstick, I have this pink on, which I'm totally loving. It's called Opera Rose, and these nails just really make everything fun and happy. So thank you very, very much to all of you who wished me a happy birthday. I had such an amazing birthday. I didn't do much, but I enjoyed it to the max, and you guys commenting was just so nice to take that time out to wish me a happy birthday. Thank you so much, and you really made a difference that day, so thank you. And thank you to my new subscribers. I'm getting new subscribers every day, and I'm getting really, really happy. I'm only 300 away from 2,000, which is absolutely amazing. I didn't even think I would get this far. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.